Hi guys and welcome to Bomb Anime.
It's your girl Ruka.
And Big Boy Summer here bringing you Belle.
So this is a movie, it's yet another fairy tale adaptation, and we watched it dubbed.
Kinda wish you never told them that.
I don't, because the dub was actually excellent. All of the voice actors, even if it was minor roles, were spot on. I had no issues with it. I actually loved it in English. It was great.
It was. She's not wrong.
I don't think I would have enjoyed it anymore watching it in Japanese, and usually I like to watch things in Japanese, but there are a couple of things that I've watched and I'm like, the dub is really great. This is definitely one of them, especially the lead, Kylie McNeil. She was amazing. She also sang, and I really love her voice.
Yeah, she gave me Lord vibes before Lord turned crap. She was...
Right.
Oh wait, whoops. Sorry, Lord. You know, that whole raspy kind of sound that is not orthodox but quite alluring. I liked it.
So hearing all of the horrible things that people were saying about Suzu's mom online is literally exactly how it would happen in real life. People act like this all the time. It's actually one of the reasons why I barely comment on the internet. I very rarely make a comment, and if I do, it's a positive comment. I feel like the internet makes you feel that because you can give your opinion, you should. But that's not always the case. In fact, it just creates this mob mentality that humans are predisposed to in general, where you just gather together in a really hateful way and just pile onto someone or something without thinking about the consequences for the person in question. No one that was giving those negative comments about Suzu's mom and how she shouldn't have bothered being a hero and how that was her problem, this is what happens, she didn't care about her child. None of those people were thinking about the actual child in question. None of them were thinking about her husband. None of them were thinking about her family members and the effect that these comments were going to have on their lives and on their feelings. No one was thinking about that.
Also, as a side note, I'd like to add, there was a bag of people on that beach, fam, looking at that little girl in total distress and in obvious danger, and it took Suzu's mum to go and actually do something about it. And I thought that was disgusting. Look, I'm not saying what Suzu's mum did was right or wrong, but I am saying that Suzu's mum didn't get there first. And it took one person to look at it and go, you know what? I'm gonna do something. Maybe if everyone joined in, it might have been a safer situation. But unfortunately, that's not what happened. And I think it's very disgusting how the vitriol afterwards, it was just sick. But again, that's the internet. Look, we're Bomb Anime. We made some comments on the internet that some people don't like, and we get dogpiled the same way that the rest of our content creator friends do, and the rest that even our commenters and our fans do in the comments. So we're always trying to create a nice, happy environment, but it doesn't always happen.
Even we do contribute to it when we're giving negative opinions about certain animes and things like that.
Yes.
You know, we still have to also take accountability that these things can affect other people's lives. I actually thought that the app U was extremely creepy, and it just made me think about Facebook Metaverse. I don't know if anyone out there is with me, but I was like, ooh, it's like we were watching a sci-fi anime, but it's happening right now.
Look, Facebook has probably watched this and gone, yes, that's what we want to be. But in terms of the app U, the graphics, they were fantastic. Except for the flight. They handled flight really rubbish, I think. But everything else was quite nice and beautiful.
I agree with you, and I also like loads of different elements of animation that they used in the movie. Look, I don't even know all of the different types, but I can see it on a visual level, but I don't know it on a technical level.
Yeah, let's help Ruka out in the comments.
I also liked how a lot of the anime looked like it was done in watercolor,
yes,
even though it was a little bit dull. I really liked that. You had higher tech visuals used and more classical types of visuals used, and I really appreciated it all, and I really liked the music.
Oh god, the soundtrack, the songs, oh god, they hit my soul on a different level. The production team, anyone who worked in the music, A-star.
And you were also saying, which I also noticed as well, the last song, they used elements of the actual Beauty and the Beast song.
Yes.
Big Boy Sam was saying this off camera. I thought he was going to say it,
No.
but he didn't. They used just enough of the song without having a copyright issue to make it sound very similar to that Beauty and the Beast song, just for certain sections. And that, for me, was really great. It really tied it home. I really liked the elements that they added into this. Even though they did stick quite closely to the Beauty and the Beast story, I liked how they were exploring like the allure of being someone else and escaping from life, and how it can be really strong, but it can also be a trap because nothing is real and it keeps you from making changes in your actual life because you're so busy escaping. So you're almost trapped in your own body trying to be someone else. And we saw that with the other character. She was the singer who was popular right before Belle.
Yeah, Peggy Sue.
She seemed quite bitter about Belle taking her shine, and then at the end, when she saw Belle unveiled, while everybody else was laughing and saying, oh, she's a loser, she actually said, oh my gosh, she's just an ordinary girl, she's just like me. And I think that was really powerful.
I feel like in our society, we put celebrity on the pedestal, and we've always done it. Like, once someone hits that status, they're seen as untouchable. But in actual fact, they eat like we do, they have fun like we do, we're all the same, and we need to remember that people are just people.
I felt that Belle was so attached to the Beast because the way that he was forcing everyone away in You is how she was pushing everyone away in real life. And I thought that maybe she was reaching out to him the way she secretly wanted everyone to keep reaching out for her, even though she was refusing all of their help and all of their attention. She really did want it. She just didn't know how to accept it. And I feel like that made her a really relatable character because I've had points in my life where I felt like that as well.
I can see where you're going with that, because like I've had moments like that as well where I've just been like, I want everyone to leave me alone, but really and truly I want someone to stay and help me out. It's just when you're in that situation, you can't see the woods for the trees. You're in it, and it takes someone taking you out of it sometimes to come out. And that's why you need friends like Shinobu, who was there, Erobi, the kayak guy, Ruka, Ruka, and all these other characters, the ladies who sing, all of them never left her alone. She always had someone there to help. Her dad, they were all there to be that safety net for when she eventually came out of it. And everyone did it in a different way, but they all allowed her to be her, which was quite beautiful, because you got those friends who tell you, yo, you should do this, you should do that. And you got those other friends that are like, yo, let them go through it. And she had a bit of both, and she needed it. I agree with you in that sense. But I'm sorry to say this. God, sometimes she was annoying. She was annoying as hell sometimes. Constantly like running away from situations which only took a yes or no answer. Running away from situations instead of actually facing them. And I get it. It's the journey. Doesn't stop it from being annoying.
I didn't find her annoying. I found that with her fight or flight response, her response was just flight. But I see why you did. I liked a lot of the characters that they had here. I liked Hero because she's like my spirit character. She was honest, to the point, a little bit crazy, quite fun to be around, but I feel like at times she was working against Belle. I really liked Kamishin as well because he was just that really quirky character that you kind of needed because there was so many negative things that were going on in the anime, so much sadness and loss, and he just had the right amount of silliness that livened it.
Yeah, Ricky, you only fancied him because he fancied you.
Oh, for God's sake. And I also liked Ruka. I liked the way that she was used because in the beginning you knew nothing about her. You just knew that she was this popular girl that everybody loved, people talked about, people envied. But then when we actually got some time with her, she was just an ordinary girl living her life. She wasn't that person that everyone was putting her out to be. And we had a lot of these themes in this anime with a lot of the characters. People not being who you think they are. Like even Kamishin, he seemed like a weird person. He started a kayak club and he's the only member and everyone wanted to be away from him, but he was actually really talented. He made nationals and he said that was his worst time. So he's extremely talented in this and people just wrote him off, and I think that we just had loads of those themes here.
Yeah, there was a lot of talent in the school, and it seems like all of these kids have been nurtured and loved throughout their childhood to actually be able to have this talent and work with it. Look, Who has that confidence to start up a club, be the only member, and still go for it and go for nationals? You get what I mean? You come from an environment where you're allowed or you've been given permission to be able to pursue that. Who has that confidence to stand in an AI in front of 5 billion users and start singing when you come in? I get she was going through sad times, but that was the real world. In the fake world, she had all the confidence she had beforehand. Like, again, Shinobu, who has the confidence to hold someone's hand and say, look, you're not all right. Wagwan, I'm here to help. What's going on? It's really nice to have these strong, developed characters, and it's just a testament to how nice and round they made the universe, because the world building here is very good and family orientated and friendship orientated, and they've done an excellent job in making you know that through the little things. The dad is always in the picture. Yes, you see him once every day saying, you want to go eat, which is the secret to any woman's heart, I've heard, apparently.
It is. If I'm mad at you, buy me food. It'll be forgotten.
Dad's always there going, yo, do you want to go eat? And that's his way of saying, I'm here if you need. And the moment that you say yes, let's go to Benito's. Like, it was nice. I liked it. It gave me nice, warm feelings while watching it. And it really cut all the sadness as well. It was a good way to, like, join the two, because, boy, it got really sad at times.
Actually, going back to what you were saying about her continuously running away from situations, I actually felt as if that tied it in with her not being able to sing. The fact that she had lost her voice, she was unable to connect with others, she was unable to say what was really on her mind and in her heart. And as she was in this virtual world, she built up enough confidence to be able to be unveiled, but not really being in the virtual world. It was in the act of saving someone like her. Not exact same situation, but someone who also didn't have a voice, also someone who was struggling to reach out to others. So I really liked that.
All right, so let's get to some of the negativity stuff.
Yeah.
So she traveled all the way down there, yeah? How did she help? To stare the guy in the face, that solved all the problems. Rika, help me out here, I'm lost.
No, that's also one of the comments that I have written down. I just didn't understand what she did. They didn't give us any conclusion, and I was waiting to find out what had happened to the father, what had happened to the children. Did they get removed from the house? Did they get to be with relatives? Did he get arrested? What happened? Because they just didn't address it. And also, why did he hesitate to hit her? He wouldn't have hesitated. He's been battering his 2 kids, and you're just a kid as well, and you're a female, so he's not going to hesitate to beat your ass too. And we didn't really understand why it had started. Did the violence start because the mom had died? Was he always abusive? Was he the reason why their mom died? There was just so much unanswered for a character that was such a focal point in the anime that I really didn't appreciate.
Yeah, it was disappointing. Like, as you said, I had those questions as well. Was it the mom's passing that stemmed the whole creation of the abuse situation? How is the son taking so many licks and the other boy seems untouched? How is that still happening? So I'm confused in that situation. How did they save him? Who takes bloody 48 hours for a wellness check? Rika was adamant about how annoyed she was at this when she heard it.
In terms of like being in an abusive household, it's not necessary that everyone will get hit equally. Sometimes a parent will focus on one child, and sometimes it will be more than one child in the house, but an older child might step in to protect the other one, make them hide, take the hits, be more annoying to the parents so that they'll focus on them. I also wanted to know why Justin had the ability to unveil anyone. That did not make any sense to me. I don't understand why he would have that ability, and even if he somehow had hacked the game, surely the developers of You would have seen the bug. People would have reported it. I mean, he's going around saying he can unveil anyone. I didn't also understand why all the other people that were in there were so adamant that he used the unveiling, knowing that he could turn on anyone else. So, like, I mean, if I was in there, I would have been thinking, oh, he could just use it on me.
It was a paid-for feature. It made sense. He had so many sponsored.
No, that doesn't make sense.
It does make sense.
They've spent so much money and effort making sure that they create an avatar for You based on your biometric details, right? For them to give someone the ability to take it all away. That doesn't make any sense. It's the whole point of people wanting to be in this virtual world. I'm calling bull on that.
Yeah, so the allegory for the beast being the product of obviously what the situation was, I thought was a very good spin on the story. And the beauty being ordinary wasn't lost on me. She's beautiful because she's imperfect. I mean, they even said it in the anime at some point. So that was quite nice. Going back to the beast, the strongest character, destroying everything that they can possibly destroy within reasons. Because people wanted to get rid of him because he was fighting in the martial arts tournaments and destroying their characters. So therefore you need to be unveiled.
They said he went too far.
There's no too far. You're fighting.
He was smashing their
avatars to bits and destroying the data. So what?
Yeah.
It didn't hurt you. It didn't punch you, but you want to go and dox him.
Everyone hates someone like that online. Come on, like everyone's experienced something in terms of like a game where there's just that one person. There's that Leroy Jenkins just
Leroy Jenkins
and pissing everyone off. That's what he was. So I can appreciate that.
And so therefore you need to find out who he is.
That's how people
Get interesting thing. What?
People act like this, even if it's not right. People do behave like this online.
I know. Look, I'm not living under a box. I understand that this happens. I just feel like, come on, guys, it's a bit extreme. He just destroyed your avatar. Get a new one. Do you get what I mean?
Well, I did think that they did go too far with what they were doing, but again, it goes down to that mob mentality where people just start getting carried away and everyone is spurring the others on and egging each other on. Justin probably wouldn't have gone so far as how he went if all of the response online wasn't egging him on to do it. Also, he had tons of sponsors. So when you're doing things, okay, let's take it to YouTube, right?
YouTube!
A few years back, prank videos were like one of the biggest things on YouTube. There were so many of them around and people started going too far. People were doing dangerous things. People were starting to get arrested for doing things because they just had to keep one-upping themselves. People were getting hurt. That's just how it goes. When you're getting spurred on and your videos are getting views and you're getting sponsors and you're getting money, then you have to do more. You have to beat that.
Also, Justin, the whole idea of a justice system on the internet forget about it. Do you know what I mean? What are you doing? But these guys weren't justice. They were cowards who were just ganging up on one person. They were all bullies and it just made me sick. Justin took Belle off the streets to put her in a dark room to threaten her. Listen to what happened here.
I know.
Do you get what I mean? That is some creepy ass grabbing her by the head. It was very like, ugh.
I truly believe that he wouldn't have acted like this in the beginning. He wasn't like that. I really do believe that it was just because of all the spurring on and people just start acting out of character, acting the way they never would have acted and going way too far, doing things that they never should. Not excusing his behavior though. I thought it would have been really nice to know more about Kay though, to be honest, because we didn't know really anything about him apart from the fact that his dad hits him. And I thought it would have been a little bit more interesting to have more character building with him because I don't think that he was a fully formed character.
We didn't even get a conclusion, so they weren't going to give us a beginning.
Yeah, we didn't, and also we didn't find out how everybody knew she was Belle.
Belle went and spoke to him, that's it.
Okay, well, since the movie didn't give us a conclusion, let's make our own conclusion.
Let us conclude it.
What did you think about this movie as a whole?
It was a hot. No, I'm kidding. I really liked it. It tugged on my heartstrings a lot. Might have shed a couple of tears still. And I feel like it's a good watch for anyone who wants to kill a bit of time and watch something that's really emotionally driven. Yeah,
I think that this was a really good movie. I really enjoyed it, even though they didn't cover everything I would have liked them to cover. I mean, it was 2 hours long. I would recommend this one. It was a really great take on Beauty and the Beast. Even though there are a lot of Beauty and the Beast adaptations out there, I still think it's worth the watch.
Yeah, 100%.
And on that note,
don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
And if you made it this far, we really appreciate you.
Peace.